Hey there everybody, Don Evans here from WatchReport.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Formex Element. Did an unboxing on this a while back, so you may have seen it. This is the newest model from Formex watches out of Switzerland. Let me get right into the specifications, because the last video, you may not be watching them in order, but the last video that I recorded was a stark contrast because that was a 39mm dress sport style watch. This is a big sport watch, 46 millimeters wide, 54 millimeter lug to lug, 16 millimeters thick, 24 millimeter lug width, Valju 7750 automatic movement. Now your price, $1,500. There's a couple of different strap options, and this watch also comes, this has the black ceramic bezel, there's also a stainless bezel, there's also a white / silver dial version, so you're going to want to check out the Formex website for those. So the price is $1,500. Now that includes, and I've said this on a couple other of my Formex reviews since Formex has started selling directly online as opposed to brick and mortar dealers, that includes your shipping, your taxes and duties, your customs fees, everything. So if you're if you're in the US or if you're outside of Europe or whatever and they ship this, usually you get hit with customs and duties, fees and taxes. That is all taken care of, and they ship it to you by 2-day UPS shipping. So when you're looking at that price, know that it's just an all-inclusive price. So let me go ahead here, really try and show you around this dial and case, because I know right off the bat that this watch is not going to be for everybody, nor is any watch when we really get right down to it. But you can see you got the stainless steel applied rings there on the registers. You do have stainless steel hands. You got your day and the date. There is that brushed ceramic bezel. Now it's brushed on top and then polished on the side, so you have two different finishes. This is an all completely custom case. You could see all the bevels and the angles and the cuts on it. You got high polish here on the sides to contrast with the brushing. Same with the pushers and the chronograph. You got this cutout in the case here that shows you the suspension pistons for the patented suspension case to reduce shock. I've said this before in case anybody is wondering. I don't know how well the shock resistance really works. It's been a thing for Formex for many years. And I don't mean that negatively towards the brand or the function of the case. I'm just saying, I think it's cool. I like the look. I like doing this every now and then. I don't know why. It just kind of neat because it's a movable part on a watch like that. As far as how much protection does this give to the case and to that movement, that's a long-term use question. Okay. So this is the brown strap. That it's a brown leather strap that has the crocodile pattern on it, and it's a pretty standard leather strap. I mean, it's not too stiff, it's not super soft either. It's not the smooth. It's nice. It's not great. It's not bad. It's a very nice strap, and that's the way I'll say that. Now here is the nice custom buckle that they have on here. It is a dual deployment clasp, so you hit those buttons and then it pops out here like so. Zoom out a little bit. Now this is actually molded carbon fiber on the inside here. Now I think they went with that just to reduce weight. Not sure how long this is going to hold up over time, again, because this is, technically it's, pieces of carbon mixed with resin, so it's technically kind of a plastic. But we've seen watches made out of this in the past couple of years, so I just hope that hinge-wise and everything else that this holds up. But I'm sure it definitely reduces some of the weight to this watch because it's an already heavy watch, you know, with the size of this case. As a matter of fact, we have the scale right here. Let me go ahead. You're looking at 100, and let's see if I can move that up just a bit. Probably not, because it'll tip over. You're looking at 157 grams. So it's a big watch head. So I'm guessing they did that more to reduce weight because you don't actually see it. You know, when it's closed, you don't see that there's a composite carbon fiber clasp in there. So I imagine they did it more for weight reduction than for aesthetic. Now I will say, anybody who's familiar with certain brands from Europe, IWC I think is one of them that I could mention right off the top of my head, where the strap comes reversed of the way that we normally wear it here in the US. So in other words, instead of this side being at the 12, you know, the long side is on the 12 and the short side, so the buckle is in a different position. I don't like that. So it was one of the first things that I changed when I got the watch. So the thing is, though, the way that I was able to, you know, take the strap off, and it does use quick change pins, so it's easy to pull the strap off, but the buckle itself, okay, I couldn't get that off. I didn't want to mess with having to take this all apart and maybe not being able to use the strap anymore. So the buckle, let me go ahead and put it on my wrist here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The buckle now is it's upside down, basically. Okay. Let me go ahead. I am sorry, taking too long there. Okay. So let me zoom out and take a look at that on my 7.5 inch wrist. Of course, this is a big watch, no doubt about it, at 46 by 54 millimeters. It sits relatively flat on the wrist, though. But so there's the buckle. Let's see if I could zoom in. The buckle's upside down on me now. So I'm not sure if you can have them reverse it or not. So if you want to order one of these and you go to the Formex website, maybe shoot them an email first and ask if the strap and the buckle can be reversed to, I don't want to say normal, because I don't want to piss off anybody out in Europe or anywhere else that wears it the opposite way. It's just not the way I wear it and the way most people here in the United States wear it. So maybe you can ask them if they could switch out, like, you know, reverse the buckle and reverse the strap for you, so that way when you get it, it's the preferred way that you like to wear it. So I'm going to tell you right now, Lume on this is not fantastic, and it is not going to show up on the video camera here. I'd really have to adjust the settings to get it to show up on camera. If you take a look on watchreport.com, you will see that I have one or two photos of the Lume. They were highly charged underneath bright lights before the picture was taken. That'll give you an idea of what the Lume will look like at its best, but it's not going to blow you away by any stretch of the imagination. And, you know, I usually try and give you the best look at the watch here in the videos, and then I get a little more in depth at watchreport.com. I think sometimes people forget that we have a website, and we have since 2004. So if you're wanting some more information on this watch, go to the website. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the crown undone from behind the camera. There we go. If you want some more information or more thoughts on my thoughts on this particular model, you can go ahead and check out the full review You know, but I will say that the one area that I do find lacking is the Lume. And this would just be, I don't know, this is the type of watch that I would hope, you know, the last watch that I just recorded here, it is a dress elegant style of watch, and it has Lume on it, which I don't expect a watch like that to have Lume. This kind of watch, just the look of it, the sportiness of it, I don't know. I expected this to really have Lume. One of the problems is the markers are relatively small for a watch this size, and we only have Lume coating here a little bit on the hands because the hands are skeletonized. So I think they could have put a nice big, you know, coating of Lume, strip of Lume right through the hands instead of skeletonizing it. It would have blocked some of the dial, but to be honest, the cuts on here are so small that you're not really seeing any dial through it. And I think it also would have helped to see the watch better when it's not in the dark, because it would have made the hands stick out more, because these hands do kind of get lost. They're stainless steel hands, which means they're reflective against a black dial. They can sometimes get lost. And to me, if you're going to have such a big watch, that I think the hands should be, you know, easily read when you have such a large timepiece. But if you want to see more, go over to watchreport.com. You can read my full review there, see all the pictures and everything else. Leave a like or a comment here on YouTube. Follow us on social media if you don't. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit that notification bell not once, but twice, so that way you will get notified and never miss another review. This has been Don Evans for watchreport.com. I look forward to your comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video.